reaching for the throat of an empire.
In the weeks after the bombing of Pearl Harbor, American forces used B-29s to carpet bomb many parts of Japan.
Send swarms of planes to smother Japan.
One air raid over Shizuoka leveled the city and killed more than 2,000 Japanese citizens. Also during the bombing, 2 of the B-29s collided and killed all 23 crew members. A Japanese survivor, Mr. Fukumatsu Ito, traveled to the crash site and recovered a blackened canteen indented with a handprint. Later, he established a monument honoring both the Japanese and Americans who died.
Mr. Ito established the first monument 2 months before the war ended. He was strongly criticized because Americans burned down our city and killed many people. No one understood why we should honor the death of our enemy. Mr. Ito thought any loss of life should be mourned and remembered.
A newer monument was built during the 60s atop a mountain in Shizuoka, and since then, Japanese and Americans stop by every year for a remembrance ceremony.
We are great such friends and such great allies with the Japanese people that we always need to remember the times of the past so that they're not repeated in the future. It's important that Yokota, as well as those from other military installations, take part in ceremonies like this.
I was only 12 when the attack happened. It was traumatizing for me growing up, and subconsciously I wanted a way to gain closure. When I saw Mr. Ito's monument, I was filled with emotion and knew this is something I wanted to be a part of.
Dr. Hiroya Sagano started coordinating the ceremony after Mr. Ito and now invites not only Americans stationed around the Kanto Plain, but family members of the B-29 crew.
It's an absolute tribute to us. Our family is so grateful that the Japanese people have been so outgoing. It's so much closure for our family to know that our uncle was taken care of in his last moments here.
One staple of the ceremony is the pouring of American bourbon over the top of the monument from the same canteen found 60 years ago.
This canteen is the only reminder we have of the Americans that crashed here. We used to just place the canteen on the monument and pray, but an American participant suggested filling it with bourbon and pouring it over the monument. We have a similar Japanese tradition using sake, and his suggestion showed me how similar our two cultures really are. Since I started participating in this ceremony, I've gotten to know many Americans and we've become good friends. It's really showed me how nice both our cultures are, and it makes me wonder why we started fighting in the first place.
Although American and Japanese people have had tragedies in the past, ceremonies like this show how they can come together as friends to remember those who lost their lives 60 years ago. Petty Officer Randy Lane, AFN News, Shizuoka, Japan.